Hello. Alright, looks like it saved my settings this time. That's pretty cool, right? Normally I spend like the first 3 minutes setting this up every time. But now the camera, it's there, it remembered my settings. I still gotta pull up the chat window. Look at that. Oh, I need to pop out the chat. Here we go. Click on this. Let me choose the window. You know how it is. Let's see, which one was it? This one? Untitled? Yeah, this one. Untitled. There you go. Okay, put the chat up here. It'll be like over here maybe? Yeah, there you go. It's a good floating window as usual. Alright, so welcome. I'm gonna welcome people. Let's see. Welcome Commodore. Yes, you were first. You were first today. We got Slime Molder, Shima Panic, Commodore 64, Duck, Lord Kosera, Pipiro, and Yurga King. How's VR? It's the same as usual. It's basically exactly the same as it's been for like the past year. You know how it is. We're just out here on a lake on Wednesday. Same as usual. Actually, let me check. Is lip sync turned on correctly? Testing. Yep, okay, it's fine. It's fine. It worked perfectly fine. Anyway, yeah, it's Wednesday. It's already halfway through the week. It's a week as usual. Oh, it's already March, guys. You guys see the news? It's March. You know, it's no longer February. It's March now. This is what they say on the news nowadays. They'll report what day it is, and then people will be like, "Whoa, it's March." I had no idea. If I didn't watch the news, there's no way I would have even known. But now you know. Now from watching my channel, you know that it's March. So welcome Schlorps420. Yes, happy. Is it spring? Is it the official first? When is the official first day of spring? It would be too convenient if it was on March 1st, though. Also, welcome Orfish. Wolfy adjective. Of or like wolfes. It could be the other way around, right? Wolf-like. It's like a game genre. A Wolfy core game genre. We got Wolf-likes. We got every type of game. Also, welcome Tagbearer. The 21st. Okay, so like March 21st is the first day of spring. That's what I assumed it was. Something like that. But actually, it's kind of surprising. Wait, is it actually? Or do you mean the 21st of February? Because usually when I think of winter, I think of it being like December, January, and February. You're telling me winter goes up until March? Like the 20th, the 21st of March? That's really long, huh? So that means spring is then March, April, May? No? Wolf Lake is just Picross fishing. Yeah, we got Picross, you got fishing, now we got Dark Souls, you know? Now I've proven myself to be a Dark Souls enjoyer. Also, people who haven't seen, people that are not following my Twitter or on the Discord, I finally beat the dragon yesterday. Yesterday night, after I did my stream, I played for another 2.5 hours off stream. I did record it, and it's up there. You can check my Twitter. You can watch me fight the dragon for like 4 minutes, and I destroyed it. I got hit twice. So I was on like 1 HP for half the fight, and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna heal. And then I healed, and then I got hit twice, but then, you know, eventually I got it. It took like 20-something hours of fighting this guy to beat him. But yeah, now I can finally go fight some other bosses. That's pretty cool, right? I can go fight Manus, I can go fight the other optional bosses that I haven't fought. And and then we can finally finish the game. Also, welcome Chicken Coop. Let's see. Yes, the winter is December, January, February. No, but people are saying it's on the it ends in March. See, it's still very wintry outside. No March for me. What about March Madness? No, I mean it's got to be March. It's already March. It's everywhere in the world. It's March. You can't be stuck in February. You gotta get with the times. The modern day, every location on Earth, it's March. See, this year's on the 20th, but can sometimes be the 21st. How do they decide that? Are they just like, do they look at the forecast? Is it like one of those things that's kind of like a leap year, where every few years it's on a different day? You have like an extra day in there, or one fewer days. See, the first day of winter is also known as Midwinter's Day, the winter solstice, and the first day of summer is the summer solstice, Midsummer's Day. Isn't that some kind of Shakespeare thing? Didn't he have a thing called Midsummer's Day? Some sort of line in his play. See, on the first day of spring would be the vernal equinox. For me, it's summer. Oh yeah, it depends on your location. Yeah, if you're in the southern hemisphere, it's summer. If you're in the northern, it's winter, but it will soon be spring. The southern hemisphere is gonna be autumn. Autumn/fall. Whenever people call things. When do you guys decide to call it autumn or fall? I feel like I use them interchangeably, as most people probably do. Let's see, remember the twin Sanctuary Guardian fight? It might be slightly more interesting when you don't kill them in 3 hits. Yeah, but then I feel like, you know, after fighting Calamite, I feel like all the other bosses are not going to be that hard. I'm just telling myself this to make myself feel better, but it could be that Menace is also really hard to fight. Let's see, there's the astronomical seasons, and then there's what season it feels like. Yeah, I mean like the official season. The official for real no cap season. Not like, oh, it feels like winter. It feels like summer. Because sometimes in the summer it's not even that hot, right? It depends. It depends on the weather. Let's see, hey Wolf, how do you get a dev job on an E3 visa? I don't even know what that is. What is an E3? Is that a D's Nuts joke? E3Ds. E3D's Nuts. I don't know what that is. So I have no idea. I think you're on your own. I've lived in the US and I've only had jobs in the US. I've never had to do like visa related stuff. So I don't know. Also, welcome Technobits. Fishing? No, we're not fishing. We're just on a lake. I mention this every time. We're just on a lake. We just happen to have a fishing rod, but we're not necessarily fishing. We could fish though. Last stream, I did some fishing, and I did catch a very new fish that I'd never caught before. Wait a second. This is my last trip was on February 1st. That's not true, right? Okay, so last time I caught a fish, it was like a small fish, and it sold for $45. But what happened was I closed the game. Sorry, I turned off my PC without closing the game, and I don't think this game autosaves. So I think the record of me catching that fish doesn't exist anymore. It only exists in the VOD. The game doesn't believe that I've done it. But that's it. That's pretty much it. Let's see, Midsummer is the biggest Swedish holiday. Oh yeah, that's a movie. Midsummer, the horror movie. Midsummer Night's Dream was Shakespeare play. Yeah, that one. Also, did I say welcome MM0? If I didn't, welcome. It only gets fall pretty much. Yeah, Yeah, fall, autumn, same thing. Fall sounds odd to me. Once learning fall like leaves in fall, just cannot use it. I don't know why there's two ways to say autumn. Right? What's up with fall? Like, was autumn too complicated for people? The autumnal season? The fall season? Seasons are indirectly based on where the Earth is in its orbit, since seasons depend on the tilt of the Earth and its own axis, which result in less or more sunlight on the hemispheres. So is it like, it's like different every year though? Like the Earth's orbit is just, sometimes it's not at the same place at the same time every year? Some weird time shift shenanigans? See, in Florida, every season is hot except like a week in winter where it feels like early fall. Yeah, I imagine it'd be really unpleasantly humid there. Also, is this you doxing yourself? Are you in Florida? Do I put this in my notes? MM021XX, located in Florida. Okay, I'll put that in my brain. I'll keep note of that. The equivalent of the visa that Canadians use. I don't know, E3. I don't know, you look it up. What job boards did you use when you got your Rust job? I just looked on Google. Google has its own thing. I think LinkedIn also has its own thing. But I was just searching on Google for like Rust jobs. You could do filtering. You can filter by things that are remote only. And then it'll tell you, and there's not that many of them. There's some small amounts. And most of them are like crypto stuff, so, and I don't want to do that, so the options are very slim. Yeah, $45 fish, true. He's a real American, fight for the rights of every man. I forgot the context of this. Midsommar is more of a revenge movie. I've never watched it. I don't know anything, I have no plans of watching it, I just know it exists. When you say words, I'm like, yo, I know that word. I've heard of this movie. Never considered watching it, but I am aware. Let's see, there's more drunkenness during the real holiday and less pagan cult sacrifices. Also dancing like frogs. Oh, you mean like in reference to the movie? Like in real life, there's more drunkenness than the movie? There's less cult sacrifice. Well, there's fewer cult sacrifices than you know of. Like, what if they do happen, but you just don't see them? Right? If they're not reported and you're not aware of them, doesn't mean that they don't exist. In Florida? Okay, I'll note that. The Excel spreadsheet. I keep saying it's not an Excel spreadsheet. It's a logseq document. Also, welcome, Cole. It may vary because the orbital path is stable but not entirely consistent. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. The Earth is kind of weird. You know, you think about it, we're like a huge orb rotating around the sun. The sun is also just like a huge orb, right? We're just out there. And then there's like a lot of other huge orbs. Everything in this universe is just like a bunch of rotating orbs. Even at the molecular level, right? Electrons, you can think of them as just like little orbs. What's up with that? Search for Sma Radorna if you want to know if you're based enough to handle the cringe. Is that the festival? Is that the Midsummer Festival in Sweden? Midsummer is the #1 time to push old people off cliffs? What? You would get that if you watched the movie. Okay, I don't understand the reference. Also, welcome, Cole, if I didn't already greet you. Headcanon is that it is an Excel spreadsheet. No. I don't... Do people even use Excel spreadsheets? I feel like we've talked about this. Like, nowadays, most people that I know that use spreadsheets, they'll just use Google spreadsheets, right? Excel... Not that many people actually have Excel on their computer. Yeah, it's usually Google Sheets. Or if you're doing like data science stuff, I guess you would be using a real database. They do in the accounting world? Okay. I guess I'm not familiar with that world enough to understand. Yeah, it'll be around. You know, Google Sheets, it does most of the same things. See, Tag Barrel says, I've lived near perfect old people pushing cliff my entire life. I've never seen anyone get pushed down. It seems like a big waste. But what if it does happen? What if it's just not reported? It's like done in secret. You know, you don't hear about them because you don't know about the old people. But maybe like every week someone's like, oh man, my grandma got pushed down. Some guy, she was like walking around the cliff and just pushed her down. How do electrons think of themselves? I don't think they can even think. I don't think they have the capacity to think about things. Stopped using Office a while ago. Yeah, you switch to just switch to the cloud-hosted solutions. Like, isn't it even like if you're in a corporation that uses Microsoft, as part of Office 365, right? Can you access it in your browser now? Or do people still have to download it? Because I know, like, my old workplace, we use Microsoft 365 for, like, corporate login and stuff like that. We also use it for webmail. And, like, although they had an app you can download, you can still use the browser, right? Also, Microsoft Teams. Thankfully, we didn't have to use that. Part of our company used Microsoft Teams. The other, the more technical part, used Slack. But every time we had to do like an all hands or something to talk with the other part of the company, we would always have to go on Microsoft Teams, and it was pretty bad. It's really weird. I don't appreciate it. I see they gave out awards for excellence in Excel. Yeah, if you excel at using Excel. Cole has an Excel sheet open right now. For what? What's in that Excel sheet? What are you taking notes on? Is it about VTubers? Is it about 3D modeling? MM0 happens to be an accountant as well and lives in spreadsheets. Okay, I'll put that in my notes. MM0, Florida, accountant. Yes, okay. And can you push the oldies off because they aren't contributing to society anymore? No, but they've done their part. It's like in Cult of the Lamb. Remember that game? Remember when I played Cult of the Lamb? And then the cultists, they got old, and the only thing that you could do was like sacrifice them? It's like that, but in real life. With a cliff. The Tag Battle says, I use R during my university days. Anytime I have to touch Excel, I got reasonably angry. Oh yeah, R. That was so last week I was doing the programming language tier list thing. I think R wasn't on there as one of the ones. I know it's used for like data science stuff usually. I've never seen it. I don't even know what R looks like. I mean, I know what the letter looks like. I don't know what the language looks like. There's browser versions of everything. How do capacitors think of themselves? I don't think they can think. I think a lot of things are not even able to think. But we can think though. We as humans, we can think. Microsoft Teams is horrendous. Hate it to the very depths of my core. Like, I'm sure it works fine. I've never actually had to use Microsoft Teams for messaging. I've only ever used it for like the conferencing stuff. Like doing the equivalent of Zoom calls. But I would imagine that the chat system is very similar to the chat if you were doing one of those conference calls. And it was never really pleasant. I don't know. I've never really had to use it in any big capacity, and I'm kind of glad for that. Like, Slack is pretty good. Honestly, it's pretty good. See, I don't mind Teams, but I don't know what I'm missing. Yeah, I guess if you've never used Slack, then you wouldn't know. But I also can't compare them. Let's see, it's for analyzing data for this document I'm supposed to be writing right now. It's for work? You're doing Excel spreadsheets at work? Yeah, there's R. That's what the letter R looks like. calls work fine. Everything else is all over the place, completely unoptimized. In Hale's RAM, is it any worse than? I mean, like Slack also. I guess like nowadays a lot of stuff is written as an Electron app, which is basically just like a browser app with like the whole runtime. Things nowadays like Discord uses Electron as well. I think Slack does also. When I had to use Microsoft Teams, it did seem much more laggy than every other thing I've tried. Every other messaging app. Let's see, just use it because it was a free way to handle statistical analysis. It was difficult to learn when you're an IT illiterate, but did its part and didn't have any annoying features. Yeah, I don't know. Never had to use it. Never even looked at it. Usually for data science, like around here, everyone just uses Python. Python with a lot of C libraries. Let's see, Ate-stupa is a proper word for it. I think the Japanese also had a tradition of old person murder. I did read about that. There was this New York Times like opinion article that was trending on Twitter. And there was like a guy, there's like a Japanese professor in the US arguing that they should bring back the old tradition of like killing off old people. And people were just like, what the heck is this? Yeah, the Yale guy. What was the deal with that? Oh yeah, this is what you're talking about. Yeah, I said the thing before I even read your message. And your message was about the same thing. I don't know, the New York Times opinion articles, they just let anyone like put whatever they want on there. Right? Even if it's like a harmful thing, they're just like, yeah, just give a platform to like whoever. Or is it satire? No, I think that he like actually believed this. He was actually thinking like they should like they should treat them well for a while and then just kill them. That's what he said. And as you expect, all the replies were like, what the frick? New York Times, why are you publishing this? What are you doing, New York Times? Save up on retirement costs. It's like Kobe beef, right? Wagyu, you feed the cows really well, and then you slaughter them. Except, I guess in this case, they're not being used for like food. As far as we know, I mean, they could be. Maybe we don't know. That'd be kind of weird, right? Cannibalism? How old do you think cows live, right? Because nowadays, cows are like bred for food and milk. But then, like, do people usually let the cows get old? Because I feel like usually, you know, they usually kill them in their prime. What do you think the oldest cow was? Usually no? Canada has the maid thing too. The maid thing. What was that? I'm sure it's some clever acronym. 2 years? Wait, do cows get that big in 2 years? Like when you think of cows, it's like, you know, they're huge. They grow that big in 2 years? It's fast. You use them to clean up nuclear reactor meltdowns. But I feel like old people, they're not... Many of them are not capable of strenuous activity. That's not necessarily true, I guess. I guess in Japan, like, the older population is typically more active than they are in other places. Right? Doesn't Japan have, like, the highest life expectancy of, like, most nations? I remember seeing something like that. No. That's why all the sports guys are taking bovine colostrum. Is that like... It's like injections? They have a high amount of fraud. What are you... For what? For old people? The meat industry is extremely efficient in maximizing growth. Even milk cows get slaughtered as soon as they don't produce adequate amounts. Oldest cow is 48 years. Yeah, 48 years is like not even... I guess, yeah, that is a pretty long time. Also, welcome Chocojax. Thank you for the 10 months. We forget it's 10 months. Hope you're doing well on this Wednesday, March 1st, 2023. The first day of March. That's right, it's March. A lot of old people in 100 plus are just their kids collecting pension checks. I don't know about that. How do you know? If they're undocumented, how do you know that they're faking this stuff? Let's finish eating lunch. Yeah, it's like 2:30 p.m. over there. Hopefully it was a good lunch though. Yeah, nodders. There we go. Yeah, that's cool though. We were just talking about cows being slaughtered. Wouldn't it be... yeah, right, I'm doing it in real life. Colostrum is the first milk a mammal produces after giving birth. Contains a lot of bio-whatevers that helps the baby build an immune system. So people are getting, like... sports guys are getting those things injected in them, like like as steroids or something? Or they're just eating, they're just drinking them. It's like, it helps them with sports, I guess, with their muscle growth. Let's see, I did hear a story about some Japanese reporters going to congratulate the oldest person and finding that they'd been dead for years, and their family was collecting benefits. Dang. How do they... how do they, like, contact them? They're just like, they find out, they look in the registry and see who the oldest person is. Is all this stuff, like, publicly available? Right? Can you just, like, go to a central directory and ask them, like, who's the oldest person? And then you go check. They have to do, like, some investigative work. Also, welcome, Nutritious. I mean, I guess that's not so surprising. There are places where, like, or someone will rent out an apartment somewhere, and they had the apartment for a really long time, but then, you know, with rent control, the landlord can't increase the prices as soon as someone's still living there. And so sometimes, like, someone will pass away, and then their children will, like, you know, claim that the parent is still alive just to have access to the apartment still at the original low price. Things like that happen. Rather than, you know, if they're not alive, then someone else can move in and the landlord can start charging super high prices. Just things like that. Bodybuilders are weird, to put it mildly. Yeah. Like, apparently their muscles are just for show. If a lot of them, they're, like, severely dehydrated, right? The fact that their muscles are so defined is because when they're on stage, they're just, like, they had no water. They're just out there really thirsty. And then when you ask them to lift anything, there's nothing. They can't even do it. Let's see, once you go beyond regular protein powder, it quickly becomes pseudoscience and drugs. So true. Not that I'm aware, though. They make their skin really taut or something. True. Who taught them to do that? Who even taught them? Bodybuilders are for aesthetics, strongman is for power. Yeah, I got recommended a video recently of, like, about sumo wrestlers. And they're like, oh, actually, sumo wrestlers aren't just fat. They got, like, a lot of muscle, you know? Underneath that fat, they're, like, really strong. Also, welcome, Moonybug. Sand emote? It's not even relevant to my stream, though. Like, what context would that be used? Sand doesn't even come... I guess there's sand over there. It is? When would you use a sand emote? Let's see, the guys who are really lean are much weaker. Don't know, Army. Don't forget to hydrate. No, I'll do that in like 25 minutes. It's not even time to hydrate yet. Let's see, strength training is good, of course. There's a weird culture around it. Anyone out here strong? Does anyone here? You guys strong? I'm not. I can't lift things. Anyone out here lift things? Anyone go to the gym and lift things? What's that like? Let's see, visible muscles are meme. Strongmen look a lot fatter, although even in strongman competitions, the contestants are starting to get really weird too. Weird? Weird in what way? They just look weird. They're just doing weird things. Let's see, what would a sand emote look like? I'm gonna assume the sand thing was in reference to, because Moonybug posted the question in the Discord about whether I drew this Amelia Watson eating sand emote. And I said yes, so I'm gonna assume it's like that. Someone eating sand. It's like not relevant to my stream though. Like I never eat sand on my streams. Let's see, why Mooney be looking like Nightbot? It's like the verified icon and the color, I guess. That's what it is. Throwing pocket sand? You guys ever have pocket sand? Chocojax is not strong, but you do like climbing though, right? You've mentioned you go to the gym and you do climbing. That's pretty cool. I don't know how to climb anything. So thank you, Moonybug, for the 5 months. Should I call you Mooney? I feel like everyone says Mooney. I'm like the only one that says Moonybug. even here, someone's like, you know, why does Mooney look like Nightbot? Anyway, let's see. Cole is not strong. Cole has been going to his apartment gym. Your apartment has a gym? It's fancy. Yogi King said I pick things up from time to time. Not strong though. I pick up this, like, my cup when I drink water. I pick up my phone. I pick up my phone. Sometimes I pick up the water, you know? That's it. that's the extent of things I pick up. Let's see, no, I'm working on it. Did gymming every day until I got a new job and entire schedule collapsed. Yeah, going to the gym seems like a lot of effort. I don't know, I've never really done it. Some people have home gyms though. Please, so with the food at home. There's a few people who say my full name always, and I think it's funny. Bug is Mooney, but what if I just call you Bug? If someone just says Bug instead of Mooney. It's like, welcome, Bug. Also, yeah, Amelia Watson, she did eat sand as a child. That's the origin of that animation. It was at one of her first streams, when she did like a Q&A. She told a story about how she, like, as a kid, she just liked the texture of sand. She would just like put it in her mouth and like taste it. And I was like, that's really weird. And that was like one of the first things that made me really want to animate it. I was like, this scenario is so, like, so weird, I'm just gonna draw it. It was like back in the day when Holo Ian first debuted, and I used to draw animations like during their streams, right? If they would tell a story where something interesting happened, I would just, like, in the middle of the stream, I'd be like, I gotta draw that. And then, like, I'm done drawing it before the end of the stream. And so I think that one was the first Hololive animation that I drew mid-stream, that I felt really motivated after hearing a weird story. And there it is. I don't know if she still eats sand, but she did at some point. Let's see, wait, the Wolfie cord is popping off, thought it was just emotes. There is a channel for chatting, but it's, by default, it's available to subscribers. I did have a thing some time ago where if people reacted, if you put a reaction to, in the live stream channel, the stream notifications channel, I could manually give you access if you want access. No one says anything though. It is mostly just emotes. Also, I accidentally right-clicked. Choco Jack says, I do, but not super often. Need to go more often. And climbing. I got a notification on my phone. What is it? What kind of notification is this? Gmail, I can't see it. Got my VR headset on. The climbing is good exercise, lots of muscles. Yes, that's what I've heard. Cole tried going climbing last year and injured his arm. I don't know, it feels like a lot of effort, you know? You gotta start off slow, you know? You can't just like go for the big climbs. You'd be like, I'm gonna climb this thing. Now what if you fall off? What if you L plus ratio plus fall off? Slime Boulder does body weight stuff because it's easier and you can go at your own... I don't even know what that means. I'm so unfamiliar with like gym stuff, I don't even know. Like people say they do deadlifts, I don't even know what that is. What even is it? Gym is nice when you get into it, but intimidating before you have a routine. Also true, probably. Did I ever eat anything weird as a kid? Not that I remember. No, I did mention the time when I had like the popsicle thing, you know, when you would pour water and then you would make popsicles, or you would pour soda in like this popsicle thing. There's one time when I poured milk in it and then I had like a milk, like frozen milk. That was one thing. It's kind of weird. I would not recommend it. Lift the dead. Bring out your dead. Yeah, what was that? Deadlift? Oh yeah, dead. Yeah, they're just out there going, you know, you go to the cemetery, you're like, yo bro, what's your deadlift? It's like, no, I lifted like 5 people. Do you think, oh shoot, you think necromancers do that? Necromancers say, they go to the cemetery and they compare their deadlifts. It's funny, it's a funny pun, because, you know, they lift them out of their graves. Good, that's cool. Have I ever eaten anything else weird? I don't know, not that I can remember. Milk shaved snow? It works? It does work. But I would not recommend... I've never had milk shaved snow, whatever that is. Is that like, shaved ice? Is that a similar thing? I don't know if I've ever had shaved ice, to be honest. I have had Italian ice, though. That's a different thing. I think it's like shaved ice, just more fine. I've never tried it. Korean dessert. Wait, I think I've seen some of those. When I used to get recommended a lot of like travel videos of people going to different countries and eating food, they would like go to Korea and there was like this Korean dessert. It looked like shaved ice. But I guess whatever that is. Milk shaved snow. See, Mooney says, I hate milk so much. For the longest time I just eat cereal raw until I started buying oat milk. Yo, oat milk is really good. I was gonna say oat milk is the goat. It is goated. Oat milk is the oat. As far as milk substitutes go, I think oat milk is the best one. Milk. Yeah, I don't think they're legally allowed to call it milk anymore, right? Like the milk lobby says milk has to like come from an animal. And so you can't advertise that you have a milk substitute as being actually milk. You have to call it like oat drink or something. Anyway, I do know some people that eat cereal like on its own, like without milk. You guys ever try like cereal with with water? It's so weird. There was like a time when I was a kid, I think, and I didn't have milk, but I had cereal, and then I was just like, you know, what if I put it in water? It just like made it soggy, and I would not recommend. Would not recommend. But also there was a time when I had like milk tea. You guys ever have milk tea and then you put cereal in it? That's also kind of weird. I thought it would be fine, right? Because it's like milk, but there's extra tea in it. but it was not good. Something of it just didn't, it just was not right. I don't know. I don't know, like, you know, you just have like milk tea and you're like, I have this cereal, I might as well, right? I don't have milk, but I have milk tea. It's okay. I do not cook. I don't know how to cook. You guys ever cook? What's everyone's best dish that you can cook? See, Props Not Jack said, on the topic of food, work restarted free donuts and bagels. I'm in the office today and they look tempting. Free donuts. Is it like every day or like every week? Like my old workplace, they used to have like bagels for breakfast every Thursday, and then we would have catered lunch every Friday. It's pretty good. But I would never get into the office early enough. It was like, at the time, everyone on my team got into the office at like 10 a.m. And like 10 a.m. is pretty close to like, close enough to lunch. Also, welcome Daisuko. This guy's unhinged. No, I'm like the most hinged streamer. Right? My stories are so normal. If you compare them to like any other streamer stories, you're like, yeah, this Wolfie guy, he's like the most normal guy out there. Other people are doing insane things. What if you had cereal with ice cream instead of milk? I think that could work. Right? If you have ice cream that's like melted, it's basically the same thing as like really sweet milk. That's it. Cooking a good Korean tofu soup. Is that the thing that you made on your stream that one time? I remember that. It looked good. It looked pretty good. Yeah, I remember. I was there. Like, not in real life, but I was there watching the stream. What if I was there? That'd be kind of weird. Thai curry also sounds good. Pasta with meat sauce, also good. Meat sauce is so vague though. Like, what is the meat? What is the sauce with the meat? Lasagna is the best I can do on a regular basis that doesn't feel like garbage. Lasagna, also good. Bagels every Wednesday. That's good. Do they have like... When I had bagels in the office, they had all these different types of cream cheese and like butter. And different types of bagels as well. We had a toaster. We had like a dedicated bagel toaster in the office because we had them so often. It was like optimized for a lot of people using it at the same time. The Orfish says, I put taco seasoning in the meat to make it a bit more spicy. It sounds pretty good. It feels nice when your employer feeds you food. It's free. You seem a little unhinged. No, I'm normal. Right, think of like the other streamers you watch, right? Do my stories sound that weird in comparison? It's barely even a thing. And this was always like when I was a kid, right? I'm not doing this now. I'm not putting cereal in milk tea like now. I did it once and then I decided it's not good. So then I stopped. I'd say Wolfie is a bit more hinged than Choco. I think so. Choco Jax is so unhinged. You ever watch her stream? She was talking about like she took like an intestine like and then she wrapped it around her hand as a bracelet. It's fricked up. What's she doing? I remember things that people say. Exactly. It was like for science, right? In a science class. I forget what they were doing. They were dissecting some animal. And then she just like, she took the intestine of the animal and she wrapped it around her hand like a bracelet. And she says, look at this, guys. It's like a bracelet. Everyone was like freaking... It was a cat. That's what it was. It was so weird. You compare me to that and you're like, well, he's unhinged? No. No. I'm so normal. Popcorn chicken, pretty good. I love popcorn chicken. Yeah, when I was in the office, there was a place that had like Taiwanese bubble tea. And they would also have the pretty good chicken. They would also have like seaweed salad and stuff like that. imitation crab as well. Yeah, multiple toasters. The bagel thing that we had wasn't actually, it wasn't like a traditional toaster. It was like a conveyor belt style thing. I don't know how to describe it. Actually, I could look it up actually. It's kind of like, you know, typically when you think of a toaster, right? It's like, imagine this is the toaster and you put like the thing in here. It's got 2 slots. Or you have like a toaster oven where it's like, there's a handle, you open it, you put it in, you close it. This bagel toaster thing was like, it was a conveyor belt, so the inside just got hot, but then you had like this rotating thing, so like you put your bagels in here, it would like, depending on the speed of it, it would toast it for longer. And so you put the bagels on there, it would like go through slowly, and then it would go down, it would fall out the bottom, and then you could just have like a billion of them in there. It's like a conveyor belt of bagels. It's pretty efficient. But they always had to say like, make sure you don't put butter on the bagel when you put it in there, because things can catch on fire. I don't know if that happened in the office, that they had to mention this. That was the thing. See, Slime Molder says, I feel like everyone has that one thing they eat that they think is normal, but most people would consider psycho. What about you? What is the thing that you eat that's normal? That you think is normal, but other people think is weird? You guys ever eat like a Kit Kat? A Kit Kat bar, not like split it off, you just like bite into the whole thing like vertically? That would be so weird. See, those are nice. True. Also, welcome Handflu. Yeah, it's like a toaster oven, except it's like open. It just has a conveyor belt. Dissecting a cat was part of the class. Yeah, we've never done that. I feel like when I was in middle school, we might have dissected frogs. But that was the extent of it. Yeah, bagels. What? Somebody's dissection is standard curriculum in America. I do think that's kind of weird, right? They make kids like cut up animals in class. Do they still do that? Or is that like animal cruelty? The starfish were cool. You guys dissect us. Oh, I think one time in our science class, we had like sheep thymus or something. I don't know what it was. I don't remember. We had like a mortar and pestle, and then they had like sheep thymus. I don't even know what a sheep thymus is, but they had this, and then we just like we're mashing it up, and we're like getting the DNA out of it. I don't remember, but that was one of the things we did. Eating kiwi skin is normal, free fiber. I have never eaten the kiwi skin, but apparently it does have a lot of nutrients. Sardines on bagels. Never had that. But Scare Wolfie was gonna say he eats Kit Kats like that. No, but that is the thing that some people do. But also, it's not that weird, right? I guess it just seems weird because you're expecting people to break off the Kit Kats, but like, it doesn't really matter. Like, if you're gonna eat all of them anyway, like, what's the point? What's the point of splitting them up? But actually, the way that I eat Kit Kats sometimes is that, you know, people like they break off each Kit Kat individually and then they like bite into it. What I do is like, oh, I think I mentioned this before. I think Choco Jacks actually does this as well. You bite off the chocolate parts of it, and then you just have the wafer left, and then you can split open the wafer. You guys do that? I would recommend trying it at least once. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Optimal way to do it. Maybe not optimal, but it's like, it's pretty satisfying. Yeah, just like that. See, other than that, we messed around with some leftover organ from our butchers. No real dissections. What kind of organ was it? Like a heart? A lung? Inflo's never dissected a frog, but we did dissect a turtle. How did that work? Aren't turtles like, they have shells? How do you cut through a turtle shell? How does that even work? So you get a Little Debbie Nutty Bars, and I pry off the top layer wafer with my teeth. And eat each wafer layer one by one. Yeah, that sounds like a similar thing. It's like, what is it? You know, like Ferrero Rocher? I don't know how to pronounce it. Ferrero Rocher, as someone could pronounce it. It's got like the chocolate shell on the outside, and then inside there's like a circular wafer thing. You guys ever like bite off just the chocolate part and then have the wafer part perfectly open, and then you can split it in half, and then you got the thing in the middle? Some people, they'll just bite into the orb. You could bite off the chocolate layer, and then you could like get a cool thing on the inside. Ferrero Rocher. That's right. I'm assuming it's Rocher, right? Ferrero Rocher. And do almost the same thing, but on Kit Kats. Yeah, that's probably what it is. You dissected a snail? Oh, you crack the shell open. Wait, what the heck? You can crack the shell of a turtle? I never even considered that you could do that. With what? Like with a hammer? Was the turtle already dead? I would, you know, I'm gonna assume the turtle's already dead. They would not make you like kill a turtle in school, right? Also, welcome back, Lord Corsair. They do make you kill the turtle in school? Like it's alive, they just make you... They make you slaughter the turtle? Cutting living stuff is vivisection. Oh, that's what it is. No, but like, you know, do they make you kill the turtle and then you cut it open? I mean, I'm not saying that you cut open a living turtle. Right, that'd be messed up. No, okay, the turtle is dead? They just give you dead turtles? How did they obtain these dead turtles? Like, do they just go to like the pet store and they're like, yeah, just give me some of these, right? Or you think there's an organization that's like, we're breeding these turtles specifically for science projects? Or they just go to the pet store and be like, give us like 10 dead turtles. Donations? What was this, like someone's pet? I think Chocojax mentioned that the cats that they dissected were like donations. Also, welcome Laketh and Robomoo. Sandbarrel says, I did some dissection on recently deceased frog to measure the strength of the heart palpitations, but the killing was done by a university employee. Damn. What's the deal with frogs? Why is it always frogs? Also, welcome Nimington. Like, experiments are always done like on lab rats, I guess because they're sorry, because their DNA is like similar to humans. But like, why are frogs always getting dissected? There's no like, you know, they couldn't have like crabs or something? Dissect a crab? Or lobster? People do that when they're eating their food, right? That's just normal. Cutting open a lobster, that's part of people's dinner. Not frogs, though. Anyway, I don't know. Don't remember anything about it. Just that the tools didn't work, so a lot of class ended up using their hands to rip open the shell. God dang. It's fricked up. Fricked up that they make kids do this stuff. What if someone didn't want to do it, right? Do they make them do it? Can you, like, opt out of it? I don't think anyone, like, in our class objected to the dissection. People definitely thought it was a bit weird. Maybe they don't have that many bones. Yeah, frog bones. You guys ever taste a frog? It tastes like chicken. Why does everything taste like chicken? What's up with that? Yeah. In my school you had to opt in. Oh, I see. I guess that makes sense. You could get excused, but I don't think anyone did. That's my experience as well. The Tag Barrel says you basically cut out the heart and hung it on a hook. What the heck? And the heart then beat for quite a while afterwards, and you can rinse it with hormones to change the beating? What the heck? That's kind of scary. Right? The fact that if you remove an organ, it still continues to work for like a while? It's like people say, like, you know, if your head gets cut off, you still like see for a while until you actually die. That must be so weird. Or like, I don't know if you'll see, but like, you know, your body can still move. You just like, your head is just not there. That's frightening. It's really weird. Frogs are relatively close to our anatomy, but still easy to breed and keep. I guess that makes sense. Had it once at a French place. Yeah, why is, like, when you think of French cuisine, it's like frogs and snails, right? I think, like, one time I went to, there was like a French restaurant near our workplace, and when I went there, I had like no idea really what French food even is. It's like, it's usually like snails. You think of like snails, baguettes, usually pastries and stuff like that. I've had snails. They're okay. The Templo said it was like a group assignment, but if someone didn't want to do it, they could just sit quietly and let their partners do it. Oh yeah, so just like regular projects then. You always have those projects where one person is not doing any of it. They're just sitting there. And it's true, the heart has a natural pacemaker in it. Yeah, the pacemaker expert is here. He knows. Cole said, I skipped frog dissection day at my school. You never experienced it. You never experienced cutting into a frog? For real, on God, frog? Tag Barrel says, we got the frogs like a minute after getting decapitated. Ectothermic creatures can live for far longer. What's that? What is an ectothermic creature? Is it like cold-blooded animals, like lizards? Butter snails? Beef bourgeon. Bourgeon. Bourgogne. That's how you pronounce it. Bourgogne. Ectothermic is like outside hardened. I see. What is the origin of the word ecto then? Like usually when people say like ectoplasm, it's like for ghosts. What is ecto? Is ecto like outside? I guess that makes sense, right? Ecto. Thermic is like heat. Ecto would be outside. How did ecto become associated with ghosts then? Ghosts are like outside of living? Oh yeah, there's like endothermic. Okay, there's endothermic, which I guess is like internal. Endo and ecto. This is science. We're learning science today. Out here on the lake, in the rain. And also it's been an hour, so I'm gonna hydrate. I'm gonna hydrate right now. Alright. Let's see, in food class we had sections of various cuisines. For the French cuisine, one thing we cooked was French onion soup. Oh yeah, I forgot that's a thing. Yeah, we also think of French fries, even though they're not actually French food. French style fries. I have had French onion soup. There's a restaurant. Have it with an omelet, and they had French onion soup. It's just like a soup. It's got onion and cheese in it for some reason. You ever have cheese in soup? What's up with that? Wikipedia says, from Greek ektos, outside, and plasma, something formed or molded. Wait, plasma is something formed or molded. Something from beyond. Let's see. You know, so on Cajun Creole cuisine. That sounds good. Gumbo, jambalaya, seafood, pretty good. Onion soup. Belgian fries. What are... When you think of Belgian food, there's like Belgian fries, Belgian waffles, Belgian chocolate also, right? That's a thing. Yeah, chocolate. What are Belgian fries? Are they like the steak cut fries, like the thick fries? Or no, wait, Belgian fries are like, they call them frites, right? F-R-I-T-E-S. Is that what that is? They have like a whole industry for that. They always look pretty good. Have I ever fished in New York? No. I have told the story about how my family one time we went to the beach and we had like a cage for crab fishing. Like if you don't know how crab fishing works. I don't really know how it works either, but apparently there's like a cage and then you put food in it, you just lower it down, and then you pull it up and hope that there's a crab in it. But we did it. We did not catch a crab. We did have a chicken though, the chicken in there. And then while we were leaving, some guy was like, "Whoa, you caught a chicken!" And he was obviously joking. But I was like, as a kid, I thought that was so funny. I was like, he's so silly. We didn't catch a chicken. The chicken was the bait. He doesn't even know. I thought it was funny. I still remember that. Thanks to that guy. You ever think about how sometimes, like, some stranger will just say something and then you'll remember it for the rest of your life? Like that guy. I don't know who that guy was, but he formed a core memory in my brain, and I will never forget it. You know, if he wasn't there that day, I wouldn't even have remembered this. What if you did that? You know, what if you, in one of your random interactions with a stranger, you know, what if they remember that for the rest of their life? You ever think of it? Yeah, you could be like an NPC in a game. As you're walking by someone, just say something an NPC would say, and then they'd be like, "That's weird," but they'll remember it. And then if they ever become a streamer, they'll talk about it on their stream. And then they'll be like, "Yeah, when I was a kid, I did this thing. This guy said this weird thing to me. But I remember it." Yeah, the cage was a trap, true. The crabs can enter but not leave. Yeah, just like Hotel California, right? You guys know that reference? It's a song reference. The song is known as Hotel California. In this song, there's a lyric that says, "You can check in, but you can never leave," or whatever. In case you guys didn't know. There it is. That's right. I know references. Sometimes I know references. Like now, like right now. Use cages for fishing eels too. Eel is pretty good. Like seafood wise, you got eel and sushi. Japanese food got good eel. Yeah, say strange things. Remember as a kid when your parents would create a new childhood trauma and completely forget about it? No? What is an example of this? Can you share your story that you're thinking of? If you want work, you should try the Fighters. Is that a reference to Skyrim? I don't know you, and I don't care to know. Wait, I've seen some videos recommended on YouTube of like people just walking around in public, and then like someone walks by and then says something in passing, and then the title of the video is like NPC dialogue in real life or something. They just like happen to capture someone saying something random, going up to them saying things in real life. Those are always funny. The Cloud District. It's a reference to having your car stolen in Los Angeles, is it? Is it though? At a hotel. Roaches check in. Is it a roach trap? Let's see, they should make unagi dishes cheaper here. Is eel like hard to catch? Eel is endangered here. Hope the Japanese one is doing better. I don't know the status of eel in Japan. Hopefully it's fine, right? Eel is pretty good. I've talked about how when I went to Japan, you know, usually when you think of like eel on sushi, it's like they cut up the eel to be like small, the same size as the rice that they're putting it on. But then the one that I had, they had like the full-size eel. Maybe not the full-size eel, but like a pretty big slice of eel. It's like this big, and then the rice was just here, and it's just like a big thing. It was good. I would recommend it. They got punished for flushing the TV remote. What? Oh, okay, but it didn't. Did they gaslit you into thinking that you flushed the remote down the toilet somehow? How would that even work? How would it even fit in the toilet? Unagi is sea eel. Oh, actually, I did not know that. So is like sea eel harder to get? Or is like one of them going extinct or endangered? Yeah, now I know. Now knowledge is power. Japanese eel is apparently endangered instead of being critical. So it's at least better. Oh. I feel like they serve eel pretty often in the restaurants. France's bacon, knowledge is power. Guys, you guys ever have knowledge? We're learning so many things today. We learned about ectothermic. We learned about what else did we learn today? Dissections, right? We learned something about dissections, right? Several things we learned. But that's it. That's it. That's all we're gonna learn today. I'm not even allowed to learn anymore. We've surpassed the quota. You ever think about how at some point in your life you're gonna stop learning new things? What if your brain just fills up? Then you gotta like discard old memories. You know, sometimes you'll be like, this is a cool fact. I'm gonna store that fact in my brain. And then you realize you forgot something important. Let's see, it could be that river eel are young eels. Sea eels are the adult ones. So there are fewer that live to adulthood. Possible. As someone who doesn't know nature, I cannot confirm nor deny. So that could be true. But that they're like given different names though, right? I would assume that they're different species. Silent stream for the next 80 minutes, yeah. Yeah, what if I did that? What if I just did a stream where I just did not talk for 80 minutes? You know? I could just end the stream. I could just continue the stream but not say anything. I wouldn't do that though. Let's cram more memories in, just make them overlap / fuzzy. It's like lossy compression. It's like JPEGs, you know? They can store data very compressed, but there's compression artifacts. It's like our brain, you know? We store the memories in our brain, sometimes we gotta compact them. You guys remember like defragmentation? Like on your Windows 98 or 95 PC, you would need to like your computer would get slow and you're like, oh, time to run the defragmenter. We don't do that anymore, right? I feel like I haven't heard that term in such a long time. Do people still defragment their computers? Like, I feel like it helped back then. But now it's like, it's not even necessary. We could observe Wolfie not fishing. Yeah, you're doing that right now. Cybernetic implant for increased memory. Yeah, they're gonna put in the memory chip in your brain. You could upgrade the RAM, you could upgrade the storage capacity. See, eel look very different in their life cycle. They go from looking like small fish to transparent snakes to brown to silvery. I feel like when I think of eel, they're like usually black. You're telling me they're transparent and brown? Oh wait, no, yeah, they're brown. Like dark, like black or dark brown eels. I think it's only needed on disk drives and not SSDs. That makes sense. Yeah, because the issue with hard drives, I guess, is the having to seek the disk back and forth. And so if they're all close together, then it's probably better. But it's not, you know, you don't hear about it nowadays. There's all this old technology. I'm sure it's still around, right? I'm sure Windows still has the option to let you defragment if you want to. But no one ever does it because there's no need to. That's cool, man. It's cool that technology evolves. Anyone out here evolving technology? Is consumer hardware still sold with hard drives? I don't know. They do last for longer though, right? They're slower, but they last longer. Sometimes I get concerned when people say, when it's like, oh yeah, this SSD is, you can write this many times. You can write and read this many times. And then when I think about it, I'm like, okay, at some point I'm gonna, like, it's gonna fail. It's gonna be like, you know, 10 years from now, 5 years from now. And that's concerning. See, on SSDs, you want the opposite over time. Memory cells in SSD degrade over time. Data needs to get moved to a different functioning memory cell. Despite memory cells breaking, they're still better than HDDs in time to... Oh, are they? They're actually better? But they're kind of obsolete unless you're really cost conscious. Yes. I mean, like, also video games are like huge now, right? People that download like the latest Call of Duty every year, it's like 50 gigabytes for a game. And it's probably much cheaper to use the hard drive. But I haven't had to deal with that. Like backups, so you guys remember tape storage? I don't. But I did have a professor in college who would mention it. He'd be like, yeah, we had hard disks. We had tape storage. It took a long time to read out of tape storage. And floppy disks. Those were the days. Good times. Good times back there doing things. Or the easy drives. They don't exist. They never existed. Driving, as you all know, is difficult. I don't even have a driver's license. I don't even know how to do it. Gotta deal with traffic, you know, traffic jams, traffic laws, gasoline, parking. It's never easy. That's why they only have hard drives. The Duck says, I do like HDDs for bulk storage, downloading entire streamers' VODs. You guys do that? I've never downloaded someone else's VOD. Only downloaded my own for re-upload to YouTube. I think some companies use that for really long-term storage, like 15-year-old tax documents or something. Probably, I'm sure like Amazon probably uses it as well. Like if you use Amazon S3, they have like different tiers, right? If you want fast access, it costs more, but then they have like, you know, access that's a bit slower, and then they have like, they call it Glacier, which they store data for a really long time. They could be storing that on like, I think they mentioned like tape drives. It's like really slow, but also really cheap. Need to build an NAS, probably gonna be 20 or 40 terabytes. I feel like on my computer, I barely use any space for anything. Right, I think I have like a 500 gigabyte drive on my computer, and I've never really come close to reaching it. Maybe even not even on Windows, right? I'd be storing games on there. As soon as I'm done with a game, I just uninstall it. But I also like don't tend to deal with video a lot. Right, I think a lot of streamers, when they stream in OBS, they will also record it locally, and that uses up a lot of space. But I don't. I just, whenever I need to record something, I just stream it. Right, I'm streaming this now. I have no local backup of this. Even when I'm playing stuff off stream, right? Like I mentioned, when I beat the dragon in Dark Souls yesterday, I was not recording it locally. I was streaming it to an unlisted / private video on YouTube. And then when I finally beat the boss, I like went into the YouTube UI. I cropped the video to like the 4 minutes that the fight took. And then I just saved it as a new video. That's how I do. Also, welcome Zoe. So welcome you. Thank you for the 11 months. Hope you've been doing well. Yeah, hope you've been doing well. What have you been up to? It has been a while. You're still doing bakery stuff? See, I remember. You've talked about bakeries. Making bread. Thank you, Twitch, for recording all my VODs. Yeah. Just been doing the grinding. That's how it is. Get on that, the bread grind set. Well, hopefully it's good though. You know, it's March, new month. Time for new things. It's also thundering. Anyway, how have you guys been doing? What have you, the rest of you, been up to? You know, recently? Yesterday? Moved up in the world. Decorated my first set of cupcakes. Let's go. Did they ask for like some like specific thing? Like sometimes if you work like in a bakery, I guess typically you'll get a lot of like custom requests for like, you know, cake designs or cupcake decorations. You guys ever think like someone requests something weird and then the employee like posts about it on social media or something? Because I remember like a long time ago when I used to actually go, before COVID was a thing and we used to actually go outside, I would celebrate anime character birthdays by going to karaoke. You know, it was basically just an excuse to karaoke, but like, you know, it was like some character's birthday. I would order custom cupcakes that had like their design printed on them, because some places do that. You can just give them an image and then they'll print it on there. So I would order those. I would like, you know, after work I would go to this random office building and pick it up, and I'd bring it to the karaoke place. And it was cool. March the 4th? No, it's March the 1st. Or the 2nd, depending on your time zone. See, Zoli said, I accepted that a sleep schedule is technically optional. I guess. But it's good for your metabolism to sleep like at a constant time, right? Hey, and Pokemon Sleep is coming out at some point, right? You could try that. Maybe it helps with your sleep. But then again, you mentioned you're like on vacation, right? So I guess on vacation, if you don't have like work or other stuff to do, or like school, then it's probably fine that you don't have a sleep schedule. See, Probs Not Jack said, I have so much work this month. Once this month is over, I go to a con in start of April. Which one is that? See, you're in Seattle, right? They have like SakuraCon over there? Is that their convention? Up there in Washington? Let's see, today was a busy day. When I was doing bread, I ended up seeing an order that's due today at 5 p.m. It was 8 p.m. when I noticed our cake decorator had been absent for the past week. It's the closest to knowing anything about cakes. Oh. They have like one main guy who knows how to do the cake stuff. If they're out for like a week and you get orders, do you usually say like, oh, the person that does this is out? Or just whoever knows the most is just doing it? I guess that is what happened. Yeah, I guess you mentioned that you took the order. But if it was like due at 5 p.m., but it was 8 p.m., but you're working until 8 p.m. Bakeries are open that late? That's late. I guess it depends on the bakery. Sleep schedule is apparently consistent in periods of 2 days. Oh, it's a Walmart bakery. We disappoint customers occasionally and give them gift cards. I guess that's fine. If it's like not urgent, like sometimes it's fine, right? If they mess up my order and I don't really care that much, and then they're like, we're gonna compensate you with like a gift card, and be like, sweet, I didn't really need this thing. Cole is also going to SakuraCon. In Oregon, not Washington. I see. Or Oregon, right. Right. Did I remember incorrectly? Who was it that lived in Seattle then? Did someone here mention they lived in Seattle? I'm mixing up my locations. Okay, Oregon. Right, okay. Also welcome, Potato. Check the spreadsheet. So I got the short end of the stick one time because my cake decorator didn't get around to a cake. I got yelled at. Do you ever have like any weird like decoration requests? Like has anyone ever requested like, can you draw this anime character on the cake? Can you draw Among Us? You ever get a request for an Among Us cake? I feel like that should be pretty popular. Maybe not nowadays, but like, you know, back when Among Us was huge. People must have been getting Among Us requests like every week. Every day. Every second there'd be someone calling in. Since we're a corporation, we can't decorate anything without licensing. Oh, I guess that makes sense. Wait, but I feel like typically, right, a lot of the requests are like of copyrighted characters, right? You think of like a lot of people probably request like famous Disney movies. They're like, "Oh, mom, I'm a huge fan of Frozen. Can we get a Frozen cake with Elsa on it?" And they're like, "Yeah, let's go." Or can we get like get Among Us? Can we get like whatever? Oh, you have those. Okay. So I guess like Walmart is officially able to support Disney stuff. Yeah, it's not frozen. It's just it's just cold. Can you draw popular? Yeah, can you draw a small Ame from Hololive EN doing a ground pound animation? Gotta get a back alley cake decorator to give you those sick bootleg Among Us cakes. Exactly. You gotta go to like some mom and pop shop where they're just willing to do things without regard for copyright. Just mass producing them. Looking at Magic the Gathering cards for an Among Us themed deck. I'm gonna assume it's like space cards and like cards that have the word imposter on it or something. Marisol the Pretender, the Imposter is Among Us. Do they have like space cards? Someone doing a task or something? See, as long as we don't know if they're a licensed character or not, we probably could just claim it's an original character. Yeah, who even knows, right? Who's even gonna point it out? Dark Imposter, Imposter Mech, confirmed sus. Confirmed sus. What about like crewmate or like emergency, you know, emergency meeting? Wires, something that has wires. You could have a knife. Oh, but one of my coworkers are boomers. You know, I've never, like, in all my workplaces, I feel like most of the people on my teams typically, like, are around, like, their 20s or 30s. I've never really worked in a place that had people that were, like, significantly older than me, like 40s and 50s. Or 60 even. I guess that's typically how tech companies go, right? Everyone tends to be younger. But I think now my current company, most people are older than me. But not by that much, just like, you know, slightly. Unfortunately, no crewmates or emergencies. What about visors? This is a med tech. Is everyone there older? Or younger? That's cool though. It's cool to have variety in ages. I'm sure it must be weird at places like Facebook, right? They have so many interns that start every... I guess not recently, because they've been laying off a lot of people, but like... You know, I would see videos on YouTube of like... someone getting accepted to like a Facebook internship, and then they post like videos like, here's a day in the life of a Facebook intern. Everyone there's like in their like, you know, their young 20s. I'm like, man, everyone's here like just fresh out of college. The average age is like 20 something. Like, man, that's wild. Panic cupcakes of Cocomelon. I still don't really know what Cocomelon is. I feel like the streamers I watch, sometimes they'll just mention Cocomelon. Is that like the YouTube channel for kids? They always talk about like, oh, I'll put on Cocomelon. So that chat who is babies can be entertained while I'm AFK. It is, yeah. I don't really know what it is. Cobalt job. Do they still have those? It's a word I've heard many times and never bothered to find out what it is. Yeah, I feel like Chia mentions it a lot. Or at least like maybe during her subathon, she's probably mentioned like, oh, I'm gonna go AFK, let me put on some Cocomelon. Something like that. I don't even know. I'm too old for this. Since we have the license for it, I assume it is. Yeah, YouTube. I'm sure there's like a lot of really popular YouTube channels that I've like never heard of that have like 1 billion subscribers. No one even knows. No one even knows what they're doing over there. There's so many channels. There's so many people that like when they grow up, they're like, when I grow up, I'm gonna be like a content creator. I'm gonna be a streamer. You know? This job didn't even exist like 10 years ago. Oh, okay, 10 years ago it did exist. 20 years ago, it wasn't even a thing. If I could share my cupcakes here, I would. Picture you could. I have images enabled. I often say people can just post whatever links they want. They could, if you wanted to post malware, you could do that. There's no bot that removes links. Yeah, ChocoJax doesn't allow links in her chat though. She is like apparently had some spam, some sort of spam bot, and then every time someone posts a link, it gets immediately deleted. Yeah, she's afraid. She hates Zelda. Yeah, okay, I was gonna mention Zelda. Zelda, you know, classic reference. Link from Zelda. It's kind of weird thinking about how streaming just wasn't a thing for the average person not too long ago. Yeah, and then now you have people that are like, I'm sure there's like kids that are growing up, right? They're like in middle school or high school, and the teacher's like, what do you want to be when you grow up? What if there's kids that are like, I want to be a VTuber, right? That wasn't even a thing like 5 years ago, right? There's definitely kids that are like, their goal to grow up and be a VTuber. Exactly, you never think about this. Times are changing. There are people that are like, I'm sure there's gonna be like a major in, like they have jobs that are in social media, right? You can be a social media intern. That's not even a thing. Or I mean, it wasn't a thing a while ago. But it is the thing now. People are getting hired to like post memes on social media. And I'm sure that's like someone's dream job. You know, you think some kid out there is like, I'm a huge fan of the Wendy's account. When I grow up, I want to be in charge of a social media brand. I want to post funny memes on Twitter. It'll get 1 billion likes. Stuff like that. And we're like, man, this wasn't even a thing. You got Discord links, you can post them. Feel free to post whatever. Kids just narrating their gameplay videos with gameplay without even recording it just because it's what they know from YouTube Let's Plays. I mean, like, YouTube Let's Plays are like, I feel like they're dying off, right? They're not as common nowadays. People do streaming. Instead of like talking to themselves, they just have chat that they can talk to. It's definitely like a new skill to be able to, or it's an old skill to be able to talk to yourself. This is Cocomelon. This is Cocomelon. Oh, is this the melon from Cocomelon? Are these the melons from Cocomelon? That's gotta be it. This one? Wait, I think I have seen this. This baby looks familiar. Only the baby though. Everyone else, I don't recognize him. I like this one though. The watermelon's pretty cool. They got like a bug. Is that a ladybug? That's pretty cool. Freshness guaranteed. Streaming to 0 viewers equals let's play. That's also true. But not everyone like talks to. But I feel like the difference between streaming is that sometimes you'll ask questions like in case anyone is watching and can respond. Whereas in a let's play, you usually will not say like, you know, reference the viewer and ask them how they're doing and stuff like that. Because if it was a let's play, no one would even be responding. But if you're streaming to 0 viewers, it's possible that one person stops in one day, and then while you're asking questions, they can be like, yo, I can answer this question, I'm here, and then they say stuff. Let's see, this is the first time I've decorated cupcakes before. It was super messy, but my coworkers loved it. It looks nice. It looks cool. Post a comment if you think the cake is cool. Yeah, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And also hit that bell to be notified of future posts. It's cool. It's pretty cool to decorate cupcakes. One person can stop by, and when you're asking questions, they can be like, "Oh man, I don't want to be the only one person, the only person talking. I better not say anything." Yeah, there was like a. It's like there's this website that's like The Onion, but for like gamer stuff. I think it's like the Hard Drive Times or something. There's like one thing where someone said, there's one satire article. Someone left a comment on a chat, and then he's like imprisoned there. He had to stay there until the streamer stopped streaming because he was the only chatter. You know, stuff like that. When someone's asking questions and you're like, I could answer, but then they'll have follow-up questions, and I might have to step out for like a few minutes. So I don't want to say something and then have them ask a question and then I can't answer because I'm gonna step away and go to the bathroom or drink water or something. Exactly. That's why if you just post emotes, they have no expectations that you'll say anything substantial. That's why I just post emotes in chat a lot of the time. Well, that's not really why, because I have nothing else to say. But sometimes though, I'll be there posting things. Yeah, like Robomoo. Robomoo is always just posting emotes. Even Choco Jazz called this out, right? When she was doing her ranking of like her viewers. It's not ranking. What is it called? The alignment chart or whatever. She was like, "Bro, I don't even know how to judge you. You don't say anything. You just post emotes." And I was like, same. Every time Robomoo is in my chat, he's always just posting emotes. I don't even know anything about him. I simply don't even know. We have no information. But also, isn't Robomoo like a VIP in your chat, Chocodex, right? I would have assumed that if someone was a VIP, then that they at least know something about them. How did they even get VIP status? You know, sometimes I wonder that, right? Sometimes you go into a chat, and then you see like someone is a VIP, and then you think like, oh, how did this person get VIP status? Why are they a VIP? It's like if you ever are in Chia's chat, Chia VTuber, I feel like half of her chat is VIPs, and I think that's because like if you win in Super Auto Pet Sunday, you get VIP status or something like that. But like I don't know. Sometimes I'll recognize people and like, wait, this guy's a VIP. I'm a VIP as well for some reason. I just showed up. She's like, yo, is Wolfie VIP that man? See, Wolf in shambles because he can't update the viewer spreadsheet. No, I keep saying, it's a logseek document. I have no information on Robomoo. I don't even remember the last message he sent that wasn't an emote. I could check, but I don't want to do that right now. I will expose his chat history. Wolf 1 in Super Auto Pets? No. Expose him? I can't do that. I can't do that in VR because you can see it. If I wasn't in VR, I could click the name and you wouldn't even know. You wouldn't even know. Exactly. You could do it though, Chocojax. You can go into your channel, type /user Robomoo, and then see what their what his latest message was that wasn't an emote. The VODs are still up. We can check ourselves. For what? Super Auto Pets? No. I played Super Auto Pets like a long time ago, like once or twice. And then I stopped. But I do enjoy watching it though. Just something about the emoji animals fighting each other. Have combination strategies. It's pretty cool. But they're making their own now. Like that game used to be just like the official Google emoji, but now they're making their own. Yeah, it's also a lot of tryhards. A lot of people are like really into it. Back in the day, everyone was just having fun. Now there's like metas. You know, even a game about emoji animals has a meta. Wonder what kind of license the emoji font actually is. I think it's like free. You can just use it for free. I don't know if you even have to credit them. It's probably like CC-0 or something. It's pretty neat, yeah. It's like surprisingly complex. To the point where there's like a lot of stuff and you're like, what does this even do? But then you find out someone like built some sort of synergy team around it. There's like different tokens. You got like trumpets as well. Like if the trumpet lasts at the end of the game, you get a dog that shows up. The dog has stats that are equal to the trumpet. Stuff like that. Also, welcome Nanodan. Yo, the green names are taken over again. Chocojack, Zully, Nanodan, Slime Molder. They're all here. This always happens. I played Hearthstone Battlegrounds and like that one. I have never seen that game. Reminds me of Pro CD skits about the card games. Yeah, he released one today also. He released a new skit about card games. He's been doing a lot of those. Oh, did you guys see ProZD had this one skit recently? It was sponsored by like Genshin. Apparently there's like a card game in Genshin Impact, and he was doing a sponsored stream of it. You have like a dice as well as cards. Yeah, the dice. And then I don't know if it's card game, the dice game. But then it was funny because his video, he was so overly enthusiastic about it. It's like, you know, usually in his videos he's like, check out Genshin Impact. In this game you can do this thing. But when he was doing that sponsored video, it's like, check out Genshin Impact. You can download this game for free on the iOS and Android stores. And it was funny because like apparently he did the first take and they were like, this isn't enthusiastic enough. And so he like went all in, like he was sarcastic about it. And they're like, okay, I guess this is fine. You should watch it. His Genshin sponsored stream is so funny. Because you aren't expecting it. The one that was uploaded today, I forget which one it was, but it was for a different one. His previous card game thing was a Genshin one. I recommend watching that one. It's ironic because it's like, you know, his sponsored videos are actually funny. It's always like poking fun at the game. Watched him talk on Trash Taste. Yeah, he talked about how he has never made a thumbnail for most of his videos. No, he does the podcast sometimes. Those have actual thumbnails. But everything else he just chooses from one of the 3 auto-generated thumbnails. Just like me, I do that. Whenever I upload VODs, I don't even think of making a thumbnail. And just choose one of them. Wait, good channel. Recommend ProZD. One of the classic channels. You know, remember when he was on Vine? Those are good times. So funny. And then he started making TikToks as well. And then TikTok banned him for some reason. Yeah, one of the classics of all time. It's gonna catch on, right? I didn't even say coat this time, and you guys thought of it. I say coat. And apparently he's like uploaded his TikToks to YouTube. And the fact that the video is vertical, it automatically converted them to YouTube Shorts. And then back in the day, you could not monetize YouTube Shorts. So when he uploads his TikToks to YouTube, he crops them into square videos just so that he can monetize them. But I think now you can monetize YouTube Shorts. I received like a notification from my channel that was like, YouTube Shorts are now eligible for monetization. We've enabled this for your channel. And I was like, that's cool. I don't have any YouTube Shorts on my channel. So it doesn't affect me at all. Sort of monetize. How do they even monetize it though? I feel like when I'm watching YouTube Shorts, I never see ads. It's like, where does the money come from? Is it from people that are like, the pay is terrible? Okay. I assume so, because they don't put ads on those. YouTube pants. Yeah, I see what you did. Shorts, pants, YouTube shirts. They have YouTube shorts. What about YouTube t-shirts? What about YouTube jacket? YouTube longs. True. +2. I don't remember the exact details, but you get 1 ad for a session of shorts. I've never seen an ad on YouTube Shorts. I don't know. Most of them are just re-uploaded TikToks anyway, right? How do people on TikTok make money? Do they do... I feel like it's probably mostly like sponsorships. Right? Do they put ads on TikTok? You have seen ads? I haven't. The RT game turned the word YouTube into a swear word? What the? I don't know. They could have ads that are like disguised as like actual content. Also, welcome Cafro. Glooby, thank you for the raid. Fancy, yo, I love Fancy Rats. You guys know that Fancy Rat is the name of the type of rat? I always thought it was just like an endearing name for like a rat. Like, look at this rat, it's so fancy. But no, that's like the pet rat. That is the domesticated rats are known as fancy rats. Okay, let me do a shout out. Shout out Glooby. You were doing Valkyria Chronicles 4. That's like a strategy game, right? Hopefully that was good. I'm gonna do bullshit. Unrecognized command. Shout. Shout out. Alright, there we go. Also, goodbye Zoli. It's Anime Wars. Yeah, I think I've seen Maple Winters play it. But, welcome Glooby, welcome Horatio, the duck, welcome Murase Lun, welcome Atlas. Yeah, fancy rats. Did I say goodbye Zoli? I think I did. Forget. Walter Hartwell Oomphy. Is that me? Walter White? Okay, Kafra was saying, if I was a YouTube sales manager, I would want you fired immediately. For what? What was the context of this? TikTok has a creators pool that they distribute fractionally among top creators downward. YouTube Shorts is doing the same thing. Oh, it's like the number of views that you get on your video, and then they have like a... It's like how they do YouTube Premium, right? Apparently, if you use YouTube Premium, part of the money that you pay gets distributed between the people that you watch, based on the number of like watch minutes or whatever. Something like that. Money pool. Wolfie dozing him? What does that mean? Doxing? No, my name is Wolfie Wolfington. It's not Walter, it's Wolfie Wolfington. Gonna head out, have a good night to you as well. Good luck with your baking at the bakery at Walmart. Is that Wolfie short for Walter Oomphy? No, it's not. It's its own thing. It's first name Wolfie, last name Wolfington. That's me, Wolfie Wolfington. Walter Fee White Alfington? No, that's not it. Walter White? That's not me. That's a totally different guy. Legally distinct guy. Look, would Walter White ever be, like, on a lake? I don't think so. Has he ever been on a lake? Yes? Okay, I don't know. I've never seen the show. Tomorrow is my Friday for work. Hopefully it goes by fast. Oh, so you get Fridays off? So, like, Thursdays are then your Fridays? That's cool. Thursdays are usually the worst of the work week. I feel like in workplaces, like the least work typically gets done on Friday, right? Because everyone's like, oh yeah, it's time for the weekend, let's go. But in places where everyone has a different schedule, I guess it's different for everyone. Right? Although it's Friday for you, maybe someone is working on Saturday, and so like if you're leaving, not everyone's leaving early for the weekend. Just things like that. You know how it is. Oh man, I lost my voice. You know how it is. Just out there on Fridays. But yeah, it's Wednesday though. Over here, tomorrow is Thursday. But depending on your time zone, tomorrow could be Friday. It could be Thursday right now. If you're in Europe, it's wild. Got different time zones out there. Some people like 6 hours ahead, 5 hours ahead. Europe. Yeah, my chat has a lot of Europeans. I think it's due to the time that I stream, because like, it's like before midnight. A lot of people in the US, prime time is like 8 p.m. Eastern time? Or like 9 p.m.? Imagine being European. Well, I don't know where you're from. You could be wherever. You could be European. This could be like a joke, you know? Okay, you are. Okay, you dox yourself. Okay, which which European country are you from? I gotta know. I gotta put that in my notes. Portugal, okay. He's willingly doxing his location. Okay, but what's your address? What is your mother's maiden name? Do you guys have Portuguese egg tarts over there? I guess yes. It is a thing in Portugal. Those are pretty good. I enjoy those. Portuguese egg tarts, I would recommend. If you've never tried it, you should try it. Not you specifically, but like people in chat. First pet's name. No, that's fine. Why'd they call it Portugal? Do they have a lot of ports over there? They have gulls. Seagulls by the port? The Portugal? They do. I knew it. What if your first pet was a gull? Kind of Portugal. They just call them egg tarts? That's also true. But they're different from other egg tarts. Ghoul. Tokyo Ghoul. Portugal. Your pet's name is Ghoul. That's like a ghost. You guys ever seen a ghost? There could be a ghost here right now. Okay, let me turn it into night mode. We've been in the daylight for long enough. Oop. There we go. Here we go. It's nighttime now. Alexa. Yeah, Alexa, play Unravel. You're like, hey Alexa, what time is it? Does it trigger like some people's Alexas when you say that? You guys ever just have like I can't even talk. You guys ever just have like a streamer saying like okay Google, and then your Google enabled device is like listening? Yeah, what is it? What Alexa? Hey Alexa, purchase a subscription to twitch.tv/Wolfes. I was like, okay, I'll do that. Time for you to get a watch. Do people still have... I feel like now that everyone has a phone, right? It's less common for people to be carrying around an actual watch. Or if they do, it's like a smartwatch. One of those things you always have on. I've never used a smartwatch. It just seems a bit unnecessary. There's commercials that try to do that. Yeah, I remember actually. I remember hearing about that. Like there was a Google one. It might have been like an ad on YouTube. All my watches are dumb and dead. Don't the batteries on watches usually last like a really long time, right? How do they do that? How do they make it so efficient? I guess watches aren't really doing that much. They're just like spinning a gear around. But that's cool. There are still some places like, some like watch repair stands. If you're ever like in Chinatown in New York, sometimes you'll just see like these little like booths. And there'll be like a guy sitting there. It's like a watch repair stand. And you're like, how much business do they even get, right? Someone with like a broken watch, you think they're just gonna walk around to like a random stall and just be like, hey, can you repair my watch? There's gotta be like one guy like every month. Some of them can charge with sunlight. That's pretty cool. They do be spinning though. Don't they use like quartz crystals? Is that how they keep the rhythm? The quartz crystal? It's like vibrating. Guy with the rolls. Yeah, it's probably just like people with like really bad old watches, right? I've seen them in malls. Usually the best they can do is swap the battery. Yeah, I feel like they usually they'll carry like batteries, they'll carry like the wristbands or whatever. Whatever it's called, I don't know what it's called. The straps, that's what it's called. They'll carry those. But it's like the number of sales you can do. It's probably really low, right? How do they make their money? I don't even know. Crystal power. True, so true. Springs. But it's winter. We talked about this. It's not even spring yet. How can watches even work? Do they even work in the winter? Watches are expensive, and so is the repair. It depends on the watch, right? There's a lot of really cheap watches. We watch them. True, so true. Do look at them. It has been another hour though. I'm gonna hydrate. Also, welcome Dexter. Dexter underscore 445. I'm gonna hydrate right now. Alright. I've successfully hydrated. Let's see, that's why we have to roll back during the winter. Clocks need the extra hour. It is really annoying, like if you have analog clocks in your house, to have to switch them back every, like twice a year. Or not switch them back twice a year, but like move back once a year and move forward once a year. Like imagine owning like a watch shop or something, right? You'd have to adjust all the watches, or do you think they just keep them out of date? But then it would look bad, right? If you got people in your watch shop, they're like, I want to buy this watch. Oh, but the time is wrong. I don't want to have to adjust it. You know? As you know, time is money. Someone else do that for me. And so in a watch shop, daylight savings, they waste so much time just adjusting the time back and forth. You think they'll have like robots that are designed to do this? What if someone invented a robot? You know, like if you had like a watch shop, just hire a robot to do it for you. Let's see, the cheap ones are electronic and don't require as much specialized skill to repair. But there's like cheap, like non-electronic ones. Ones with gears are pretty intricate. Yeah, they hate DST. I feel like usually they'll set the time, right? I feel like if you're like in a... working in a watch shop, right? There's probably a lot of times when there's no one in the store and they got nothing to do. They got a lot of time to kill, you know, in the watch shop. Also, welcome Tao Warlord. They're just out there like... Yep, there's no customers here. It's like in jewelry shops as well, right? They don't tend to get a lot of customers. But then, like the customers that do go in, they usually spend like big money. Like necklaces, rings, jewelry. Like, what do you think they're doing? Also, welcome Amru. That's fine. Thank you, thank you. They're killing time. Get it? Because they're a watch shop. Watches are known for time, for telling time. Killing time is simply the alternate way to say to pass the time. But although you're passing the time, it's not really the pastime. You know, some people say baseball is the national pastime of the US. What's up with that? What the heck is a pastime? Is there a future time? Is there a present time? Imagining a shop full of synced up analog clocks, constantly hearing the seconds ticking by. for days on end. It might drive me crazy. Yeah. True. So true. I have an analog clock in my room, and it does tick. I don't know if you can hear it, but like, I guess if you listen really closely. No, I have the music playing. You probably can't hear it, but it's there. I've gotten used to it though. I feel like if you're in a shop that has clocks all the time, you probably tune it out. It's like if you live in a city and like you hear car alarms all the time or like police sirens, you probably get used to that, right? People that visit New York for the first time and then they hear like an ambulance or like a police car. Like, what's up with that? What's going on? And I'm just like, I don't even hear it. I mean, I do hear it, but I just tune it out. So I would imagine it's probably the same thing for those people. Get so used to things you don't even notice anymore. It's like this fish, right? This fish has been here for like the whole year. I totally forgot about it until just now. And like, speaking of watches, we got like 4 of them right here. There's so many watches. Who even watches The Watchmen? Not me, that's for sure. Never even watched a Watchman. I did read it though. The Watchmen. What are they even watching? Anyway, yeah, that's it. I'm out of discussion topics. That's it. That's the whole stream. Red Bitter. Yeah, that's the comic that had the Ligma joke, right? Wouldn't it be funny if like someone didn't know the original source of that Ligma joke? I guess that wasn't the source of it, but it's like one of the common things. I would imagine someone reading it is like, wait a second, I've seen this panel before. This is when Rorschach said, what's Ligma? It's like that. It's like when people find out the source of a meme and they didn't know what it was from. That happens so often. Right? I've talked about how I didn't realize that the meme of the guy recognizing, or like the food critic eating the food and then being reminded of a time in his childhood, that was from Ratatouille. I didn't know that until last week, or like 2 weeks ago. I'm sure there's like a lot of memes that if I were to know the source, I'd be like, what the heck? That's where this is from? Also, welcome Rai Rai. I made it up. Yeah, Rat Jam as well. I learned about the source of Rat Jam. Remy. And then you got the rat going like this. And the owner saying Remy. Good to see you. What is that emote? Is that bread? Mood? Rai Rai 7 mood? Yeah, it's Rat jamming right now. He's jamming. That's Meatloaf? Yo, is that Choco J thing? From Choco Jackson's channel? Is that a rat jamming? That's a Rat Wiggly? Bodega Rat Wiggly? There it is. Bodega 10 Wiggly Rat. So is that a cat? Blep? Alright, we're identifying emotes, I guess. What are some of the emotes that I have? That's that Chia Wiggly. That's another Bodega Rat emote. Okay, look at my emotes. Sunshine Noka, Northern Lion, Choco Jacks, Channa, Ham Flow, Mocha, probably gifted by Denchi. Clover Chibi, this was gifted by Denchi. Got the Moonybug one, gifted by Annie Sapling for like a year. Okay, Alice Sawyer, probably gifted by Denchi. I got gifted a gift sub to Rima Eri. randomly. I don't know who this is, but when I checked the game, they were playing Touhou. So maybe someone was like, Touhou, have you seen Wolfes? Gifted a sub to me? I don't know. Maybe that's what it was. And Kuragi, you got Chia. You got Seropup. That's it. That's all of them. Yeah, Tuhu, Touhou. Also welcome to leaving the channel. Hope you've been good. I've been doing well. I beat the dragon yesterday. The Dark Souls dragon at soul level 1. I'll be here escaping everything. Backslashers. Is that Takako emote? To whom? What do you mean to? Oh, to who? I see. To whom? It's a hexadigital emote? I don't know this one. Who's that one? That's Luminage? Wait a second. What the heck? Rats on beating up the dragon? Yeah. Ayaya? What's this one? Who's that one? Bravo, oof. Bravo Kami. I feel like I probably have seen this dance emote. But yeah. That's it. And got gifted a sub to a channel I've never watched. It has truly wretched emotes. What the heck? You can just do that? I spam to. Is this, I feel like I've seen you post this before. Who is it? Is that, that one guy? Whose name I don't remember? Okay, it turns out I did not remember. Spit Faucet. I don't know this one, but I have seen this one. Be thankful for the free emotes? These are just your emotes. It's just that one. Bono 1 Finkies. I see. Oh, that's cool. It's cool to have emotes. What's that one? The heck is that? The Minimancer Glizzy. It's Meow Meow Scrunkly Blorbo from Undertale 2. No, Undertale 2 is something else. This is Deltarune. Nanodan has streamed Undertale 2. Also, welcome Denchi. Barely get free emotes. Undertale 2. That's it. It's a real game that exists. I think the story of Undertale 2 is that it was made by a guy who had never played Undertale. And so it's just him imagining what Undertale is based on his knowledge of it. Any good bites? No. I have not been fishing. At all. You should know this, Denchi. I don't even fish. I'm just out here on the lake talking to a chat box. We fish? No. No. Occasionally. Well, we got this one fish. You guys remember when I caught this fish? This was the first fish of the year. It's still here. It's still alive. I'm sure it's still alive. If we bully a streamer enough, he will fish. Yeah, I could do it. Isn't it rotten by now? Look, it's a not even a real fish, okay? It's a virtual fish. They don't expire. What if you release the fish as a joke? I'm gonna do that like either at the end of this year or the next year. Pier pressure, I see what you did there. But there's no pier here. There's not even a pier on this lake. Okay. Look, the jokes in Undertale 2 were specific enough that it would require deep knowledge of Undertale 1. I don't know. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. Yeah, not at all. See, Nanodan, he knows. He's played and streamed the game. Was that the one where like the developer messaged you or something? Like, I forget, it was you playing that game or another one, but you mentioned that you were playing a game and then you like found a secret message in the game, and then it was like the message was like, if you find this, DM me on Twitter, and then you did, and then you had like a discussion with the developer on Twitter about something. That's pretty cool. Assuming I didn't make that up in my head. You ever get that sometimes? You're like watching a stream and you're like, did I like remember this from a stream or did I just make this up? Did this happen? I found a rare bit that all my friends who played the game didn't find either. I did remember. See, I remember. I remember things. Is it really 100% though if they didn't find the one thing? The one thing is real? But yeah, that's cool. That's cool. We got nothing else even going on. But how does he, how do I even remember? You guys ever remember things? I'm like remembering right now. I feel like I need to hydrate again. I feel like, you know, my voice needs some more water. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that right now. You know, it's only been like 19 minutes since the last hydration. I'm gonna do it. Alright. Egg on Cafro's face. He's posted the woozy. Clavio woozy. Is that new? Has Clavio always had that woozy? So listen, I just think you feel your sands crawling up your back is a pretty good joke. Sands from Undertale 2. When are they making Undertale 3 though? Deltarune. The woozy is based. That's right. Hamflo says the woozy is based. Overwatch. Overtale. Underwatch. It has to be new, but like how new? It was like this week? Because I feel like I haven't seen it before. Also, you guys think it's weird that, you know, as soon as Clavio debuted her new outfit, Calliope Mori from Hololive EN debuted a very similar outfit. It's kind of suspicious, you know, that she's copying Clavio. You guys see that? She's even got the mask, you know? What's up with that? Can't believe they would do this. Copying outfits. SMH my head. Hololive, this is too much. Is too much. And the indie VTubers are setting the scene. That's a joke. I'm sure it's a coincidence. They're not making this. They probably like when they have designs for new outfits. It's probably like many months in advance. Maybe even years. They're the same person. Everyone keeps saying they're the same person. Or the outfit reveal. Do people keep bringing up the outfit reveal? Exactly. Overtail is real. Yeah, but I've never seen it. If I've never seen it, is it even real? Anyway, I don't know. That's a thing. Anything else cool happened recently? Anything? Nothing's even happening. Pigamy is graduating. That's not cool though. That is not cool, but that is something that is happening. It's such a shame. She was like one of the early English audience speaking VTubers. Overtail 2. Nanodan has not played it. That is the thing that's happening. Besides that, what else is even happening? What is even happening in the world today? Nothing. Nothing's happening. There's nothing even to talk about. I'm just out here. Just out here listening to lo-fi BGM. Cavro had a cookie. What kind though? Chocolate chip? Oatmeal raisin? Peanut butter? You guys ever had peanut butter cookies? Yes? Okay, it could be any of those. Chocolate chip then. When the streamer asks multiple questions in a row and they have conflicting answers, and due to stream delay, the chatters answer with one thing and then it becomes inaccurate. Triple caramel orange mint. I've never even seen that. I don't think I've ever had like an orange flavored cookie. Is that a common thing? Orange flavored cookies? It feels kind of weird. It could be delicious. It could be. Orange and chocolate go well together. There's oh yeah, there are chocolate oranges. But I've never seen them in a cookie. I've also never had a chocolate orange. Mint and oranges. I don't know. Mint is pretty good though. Mint, shout out Mint the VTuber. Mint Costello. The dog. One of the dogs. See, that sounds bad, like eating oranges after brushing teeth. Yeah, I guess a lot of people, when they think of mint, like the flavor, they think of, toothpaste. Not me, though. I mean, I can see how they're similar, but they're also different. Just sweet chocolate. Yeah, the dog of all time. The dote. Doted. It's the other dog, Karagi _ channel. Karagi Chanel. Anyway, I'm basically out of stuff to talk about. This is near the end of my stream. You guys feel free to mention stuff. Otherwise, I'm just going to be standing here. Standing here for like the next 10 to 15 minutes. Feel free to bring up whatever the heck you want. My toothpaste always minty? Is it always minty though? Like, what causes the mint flavor? Is it like you think they're like adding it into there, or like you think the material that it's made of is inherently minty? It's probably added, right? It's probably an added flavor. Welcome, Cass. No, there's fish here. It's safe. There's actual mint in there. Okay, but it's like added flavor though, right? What is toothpaste even made of? I actually never thought about this. Like what kind of material are they using? I'm gonna look this up. What is even in toothpaste? Let's see. What is in toothpaste? Oh, yo, it's got water in it. Abrasives, including aluminum hydroxide, calcium hydrogen phosphates, calcium carbonate, silica. Yo, silica gel. Isn't that what they tell you not to eat? Silica gel. Hydrozapatite and fluoride. Sodium fluoride. Fluoride, abrasives, detergents? Don't they use that for washing clothing? They got detergents in there. Calcium carbonate is baking soda. All of that sounds unhealthy. I guess you're not meant to like ingest toothpaste, so right, it's just meant for your teeth. But you can't count on that. Kids will definitely just be out there swallowing toothpaste. Got toothpaste government regulation. Wait a second. In the United States, toothpaste is regulated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration as a cosmetic, except for ingredients with a medical purpose such as fluoride, which are regulated as drugs. What? Fluoride is regulated as drugs? Drugs require scientific studies and FDA approval in order to be legally marketed in the US. But cosmetic ingredients do not require pre-approval except for color additives. The FDA does have labeling and requirements and bans certain ingredients. I feel like that didn't answer anything. Are we sure it's safe? Look, I'm sure people have been using it for years. For decades. Ate heck of toothpaste as a child. Tasty mint. Minty fresh flavor. You guys ever have the thing where like you're at the end of a tube of toothpaste and you're like, oh, I should get a new one. It's only gonna like last for like a few more days. And then you find out like you just keep squeezing it and it lasts for like a month. It's like a tiny amount of toothpaste in there, but it turns out it's actually a lot. Love getting toothpaste with the tiny sprinkles in it to make it look more unique. Yeah, microplastics. Oh, but you're not eating it. You gotta like, gotta spit the toothpaste out. You're not supposed to eat it. The toothpaste though, there it is. Look at all this toothpaste. Looks like candy. Okay, you guys ever seen like when people do this in commercials and TV shows? This is like way too much toothpaste. You guys better not be putting this much toothpaste on your toothbrush. You're supposed to put like a tiny like this amount. Right? That's the good amount. If you're doing this, you gotta stop. Like this one. This is way too much. That's way too much toothpaste. This is way too much. You gotta stop it. Yeah, this one. Look at this one. They got this correct amount of toothpaste. Incorrect. Correct. I know it says for children, but it's for adults as well. This one, it's wrong. Don't do that. Don't put that much. Astronauts swallow their toothpaste. I saw that on YouTube. Do they do that? Why do they do that? What's the reason? Toothpaste makers making the hole bigger to force people to use more than needed. No, it's like a normal size. It's fine. It's fine. Just put like a small amount. Can't be spitting into zero gravity. Have they tried though? Have they considered doing it? More is better just with thermal paste. You think they're applying toothpaste to CPUs? Someone's probably done that. You think someone has applied thermal paste when they meant to apply toothpaste? That'd be messed up, right? They go to brush their teeth. It's like, whoops, I got the thermal paste. That would suck. They want to brainwash people visually to waste their toothpaste with the correct small amount of instructions that will be ignored on the box. It's like a conspiracy theory, you think? They're like, yeah, people get people to burn through their toothpaste faster so that they can buy more of it. Big toothpaste is a scam. They're scamming you all. You've been tricked. You don't even know. They're in control of the industry. Older tubes had smaller holes. Prescription toothpaste also. There's prescription toothpaste? I guess that makes sense. If people have like specific like teeth issues. Linus Tech Tips did a video about toothpaste as thermal paste. I mean, I would assume it's not great, right? Yo, they thought the same thing. Same thing said by two different users. Linus Tech Tips be out here brainwashing people into promoting his channel on different streams. Every time someone talks about thermal paste and toothpaste, people just be like, Linus did this. He tried this and it was bad. Now we know. He did it for science. That's pretty cool though. It's pretty cool that he can try things like that, Big Linus. Linux, isn't it suspicious that his username is, or his real name is so similar to Linux? Linus? The same thing. And yet he often goes on Windows, right? He's a Windows user, not even really Linux. It's gotta be a conspiracy. Big Linux is sponsoring him. It's to make people be more accustomed. You know, the year of the Linux desktop is coming soon. Have you heard this year, 2023, is the year of the Linux desktop? For sure it's happening. Definitely for real. There's no way it's not happening. You know, just like it's raining. Listen to this rain. Yep. There it is. The thunder. Got the clouds in the sky. For real, for real. No cap. No cap on Frog. Alright. Well. So I think tomorrow, I think I'm gonna do some Sporkle quizzes. Go on the website sporkle.com. Because, you know, last week I did tier lists. This week I could do something else. I could find some fun quizzes and you could find out, you know, streamer doesn't know answers to many things. I'm not gonna decide ahead of time what quizzes I'm gonna take, but they'll be on there. You'll go on the website, they'll have recommended quizzes. Be like, you know, characters from this movie, and I don't know any movies, so I'm gonna take a look. That's basically it. I guess I will end my stream right now. I'll find out what day it is. I'm gonna go here. Do exclamation mark today. It is many days today. National Peanut Butter Lovers Day. Baba Marta. Baby Sleep Day. A bunch of days. What's up with this font? What is this? National Dad Gum That's Good Day. National Horse Protection Day. National Hotel Slipper Day. National March 1st Day. National Minnesota. National Pig Day. Yo, let's go. National Pig Day. National Texas Stress Day. National Welsh Corgi Day. That's cool. Public Risk Management Awareness Day. Oh, there's a lot of days today, huh? There's too many days. World Compliment Day. World Seagrass Day. Yappa Day. Justin Bieber's birthday. A lot of good days today. Let's do National Welsh Corgi Day raid. National Welsh Corgi Day raid. You can post dog related emotes. You could post Karagi emotes if you want. Okay, let's see who to raid. People are streaming things. You can watch Chocojax do art. Hamflow's playing Alien Isolation. Let's raid RIP. Let's do that. She was here the other day when I was streaming Mario Picross. It's when I was doing the alien puzzle. She was here. But that's gonna be it. Tomorrow I will do Sporkle. Friday we have Picross. Yes, a new model. Who made this one? It looks like a Goki developer model. Is that it? I don't know. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. It is, I knew it. I was like, this looks like Lily Hobbs. That's cool. It's alien time. Saturday? I don't know what I'm doing on Saturday. I'll find something. I'll stream some sort of game on Saturday. And then I'm sure at some point I'll start Dark Souls 2. Probably next week. Dark Souls 2 next week. Yep. Saturday themed game, like what? Like, I don't even know. I don't even know. Anyway, the raid is gonna go. I am going to stop talking, so thanks for watching. Goodbye.